League of Legends. The moment you hear its name, you just instantly feel yucky and just disgusting. You need to take a shower because, whenever you hear about the existence of League of Legends, it suddenly feels like you haven't showered in at least 10 days. Now, when I heard there was a League of Legends show, it just shook me to my core. I was thinking I would never watch a League of Legends show. There's no way it could be good. And oh boy, was I dead fucking wrong. Arcane is probably one of the best things to actually come out of Western animation. Like, don't let anyone tell you otherwise just because it takes place in the League of Legends universe. And yeah, it does take place in the League of Legends universe, and there's a bunch of stuff there for people who play League of Legends to sit back and enjoy. But it's not specifically for people who play League of Legends. Like, look at me. I don't play League of Legends, but I enjoyed this show thoroughly, and I understood all of its concepts and developed attachments to its characters pretty easily. So you don't need to be like some kind of League of Legends enthusiast to grasp this show. The show's like attention to detail is incredible. Everything from its lighting to its art style and its world building is just beautiful. Every single frame in this show could be used as like a desktop background or whatnot. And the fight scenes, whenever there's any action in the show, it's absolutely just the most hype thing ever. All of the show's hits, like when one character hits another character, it really, you feel the impact of it. And whenever the soundtrack kicks in, it's just absolutely incredible. It absolutely complements all the scenes. Obviously, when I was first watching the show and then fucking Imagine Dragons comes on in the intro, I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? But the more I watched the show, the more I began to enjoy it. By the time I finished just the third episode of this series, I was just completely engaged with the show, and I wanted to know what comes next. Really, the only nitpicks I would add to this show are just the fact that there's too many plots to follow. I know 3 is kind of a... now I know some of you are thinking, oh, what, you can't handle trying to pay attention to 3 different plots, pussy? But I didn't really like having to pay attention to all these plots. And now, trying to pay attention to 3 plots isn't really a bad thing. It's just something that wasn't really it didn't really catch my eye. Like, sometimes I just wish there were episodes where it was entirely focused on one of the plots with just these characters. And obviously I will prefer, one plot over another. So it's like when one plot cuts to when the A plot cuts over to the B or C plot, I'm like, come on, it was just getting good. It's not really a bad thing objectively. It's just something I didn't really like too much. But it's not really going to be a problem if anyone ever decides to watch the show. Sticking the thermometer into this meat of a show, Arcane gets 90 degrees. It is a really good show, and I recommend everyone watching to watch it. You'd think it'd be a little more, it's just an ad for League of Legends, but that's not what I got from that show. It was just a really good show. It was standalone. You can watch it by yourself without having to play League of Legends before or after. I don't have any intention to play League of Legends after watching Arcane. So yeah, it just acts as its own show. So I recommend you go ahead and watch it. It's an adult show, and it'll have plenty of, gore and blood and guts. In the first episode, a cat dies at the end. So, if you're not into all that, I wouldn't suggest watching it. But to anyone who doesn't really care about all that stuff, it is a really good show. So that's about it.